Over the past few weeks everyone, we've all had our eyes on ItzJhief, who has been tweeting out constant evolutions of some new 1.17 textures he intends to release, but from his own words today, he released what he believes will be the final iterations of the raw block textures. That is why in this video I'm going to be talking about how new final 1.17 textures have been revealed by Mojang, so if you're excited for them to be released into the game, be sure to drop the video a like and subscribe if you're new around here for daily Minecraft content. But without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. Now before we begin, I just want to reiterate how many new textures have been released over the past few weeks. It is actually quite insane if you think about it. I think we are on like the 4th or 5th iteration of the raw kind of ore group of textures by now. We've received multiple iterations of the raw ore texture and multiple iterations of the raw ore block texture, but ItzJhief actually wanted to finish this, kind of put the final nail in right now today when he actually tweeted out, I think this is final. Raw block texture slightly changed, copper added highlights and slightly made gold more vibrant, completely overhauled iron again. And if we actually look at this image, we can see what ItzJhief is talking about. He's shown multiple images right here, and if we look at the new ones, we can actually see how much better they actually look. They look so cool in my opinion. As we can see, he's actually aligned the new raw block with the actual ore block, so we can kind of see what ItzJhief was going for here. And the copper ore block itself does look really cool. The copper ingot block actually looks incredible, and it matches the raw copper block very well. If we look over to the raw gold block, it reminds me a bit of like an amethyst geode block that you would find in the amethyst geode, but it does definitely look very cool. I really like it. It looks a bit sparkly, looks very cool, and I just really do like it. But if we look at the raw iron one, we can see it looks a bit slightly more changed from the last one. It does look very nice, and overall I really like it. Now we can see here that ItzJhief is really full on focusing on not only the textures but the colours. He wants to make sure it's absolutely incredible, and I think that the slight changes to the vibrance of the raw gold block is actually really nice and a very good attention to detail. We can definitely tell that ItzJhief is an amazing artist from this, and if you actually look all the way off in the distance on this image, you can see some weird gold pile. I do not know what ItzJhief was intending to do there, but yeah, it's definitely very cool. I've still saw a lot of people tweeting out kind of like joking about this, saying it looks like beans and stuff, so it looks like ItzJhief will not be able to please the entire community. I think at this point it's just a bit of a meme to call them beans and to say they look like beans, but yeah, I do think it's pretty funny, but I just wish people would give ItzJhief some actual constructive criticism. ItzJhief also tweeted out after this, close look at iron, and then shows kind of a pile of iron there, so we can actually get a bit of a closer look at it, and I do think it looks really nice. I do not think that we need any more variations on this. I just think that it's wasting time that could be well spent elsewhere. When Mojang delayed this update, so it's actually split up into 2 parts, I really did not expect to be seeing so many ore variations for, you know, so long. So I really do like these, but I'm just really excited to see what ItzJhief is coming up to work on. We've heard him say multiple times that he wants to move on from this to work on other projects, so I'm just really excited to see what else ItzJhief has got in the pipeline for us. Maybe some slightly new textures, or he's got to work on some projects we've not quite seen yet. But yeah, people are kind of getting a bit annoyed at this now. I've saw a lot of people actually saying like stop changing the textures, and for all those people, just give ItzJhief a bit of time. We've got so long until the update update will actually release now. I've saw a lot of people just criticising Jappa, just saying move on, we do not care and all this stuff. But everyone, just give Jappa some time. He knows what he's doing. We just need to let Jappa work on his stuff, do his thing, and eventually, in good time, we can see what else Jappa has to work on. But yeah, as Jappa said himself, this is the final raw block textures, and if that is true, I would be very happy with these. I do not think that we need to see any more iterations. That's just me personally, though. Honestly, I think people are looking too much into it. They're thinking that it's so important, and this is just a raw block. Think of how many people will actually craft one of these and look so in detail as to how the textures look. It really does not matter as much as some people are making it out to. Of course we want the textures to look awesome, but at the end of the day we just need to move on from this now. I think that's just my personal opinion on all of this. I do not want to see a trillion texture iterations with some slight changes, just so that, you know, the 1% of people hating on these were actually slightly more pleased at how the textures look. I just think that we really do need to move on from this and move on to some future upcoming projects. Let's just take a moment to speculate on what Jappa could be working on next. We've saw Jappa, and I do not know if Mojang are intending to do it like this, but Jappa has been very clearly focusing on ore textures. It started with the actual ore blocks, which we've had in Minecraft forever now, where Jappa did multiple, I think it's like 4, maybe even 5 iterations of these ore blocks, where then Jappa moved on to the raw ores and made multiple iterations of those, where then Jappa moved on to the raw block and has done multiple iterations of those. So I think it is quite likely that we could see Jappa work on future things to do with ores. I really do not know what. Maybe it could be something to do with like new textures for some stuff you find underground, or I really do not know. But if I could ask for one thing from Jappa, it would be to go back and change the lapis lazuli texture. Now let me explain why. This is a texture I've not really been too keen on for a while now, and this is just part of my personal wish list. If I could ask Jappa to change one thing, it would be the lapis lazuli texture. I just wish it was made a bit more fun and creative and stand out a bit from the crowd. It really does not look too good at the moment, in my opinion, especially in the deep slate variant. The colours really do not pop. It looks a bit bland, and I think it'd be pretty cool if it is made to look a bit more like a gem, a bit more like the emerald ore block, rather than just looking how it does. It really just looks dull and is not pleasing on the eye at the moment. So maybe we could see Jappa going back and working on some new ore iterations, maybe, or maybe even changing the texture of the ores themselves, like the diamond, if that Mojang are feeling a bit brave, or redstone or lapis even, maybe something like that could be cool. But this is just speculation. We really do not know at the moment what Jappa is going to work on next. But that is it for this video, everyone. I really hope you did enjoy the video. If you like these new textures, drop a like on the video and let me know what you think about them down below in the comments. I really cannot wait to find out your guys' opinions about all of this. If you would like Jappa to change them, let me know down below in the comments. If you like these how they are, also let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to reply with some feedback and my opinion on this whole situation. But thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye.